Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're counting down the top 10 insane records of all time. These records are so unbelievable, you won't believe they're real. You don't want to miss the most insane world record on this list, so watch till the end to be absolutely gobsmacked. At number 10, we have the record for the longest hug. In 2016, Ron O'Neal and Teresa Kerr broke the previous record by hugging for 24 hours and 33 minutes. Can you even imagine how sore their arms must have been after that? Hugs are usually brief, warm embraces meant to show affection, but these two took it to a whole new level by hugging for an entire day. They managed to beat the previous record by over an hour. Number 9. Most sandcastles in an hour. In 2016, a team of 20 people broke the previous record by building 102 sandcastles in an hour. Talk about teamwork. Sandcastles are usually just a quick and simple activity to pass the time at the beach, but this team took it to a whole new level by building 102 of them in only 60 minutes. That's over one sandcastle per minute, which is an impressive achievement considering the amount of time and effort that goes into building just one. How many sandcastles can you build in 1 hour? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like while you're down there. Number 8. Most spoons balanced on a face. Next up, we have the record for the most spoons balanced on the face. In 2016, Dinesh Upadhyaya set the record by balancing 15 spoons on his face for 10 seconds. How does he even do that? It's hard enough to place one spoon on your nose, but to be able to hold 15 of them in place for 10 seconds is truly impressive. Dinesh must have a lot of patience and control over his facial muscles to be able to pull off this feat. Number 7. Most hula hoops spun at once. Ranking 7th, we have the record for the most hula hoops spun at once. In 2011, Anna Kanaiva set the record by spinning 97 hula hoops at the same time. How does she even keep track of all of them? Hula hooping is a fun activity that requires some coordination and rhythm, but to spin 97 hoops at once is on a whole other level. It's hard to even imagine how Anna was able to keep track of all the hoops and make sure they were all spinning at the same time. This is definitely a record that requires a lot of skill and practice. Number 6. Long distance pogo sticking. Next in line, we have the record for the longest distance in pogo sticking. In 2017, Antonio Munoz set the record by pogo sticking at a distance of 400 kilometers or 249 miles in 10 days. That's almost the distance of a round trip from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Pogo sticking is a fun activity that most of us have tried at some point, but to pogo stick for such a long distance is truly impressive. It requires a lot of balance, coordination, and endurance to be able to bounce on a pogo stick for that long without falling. Number 5. Most skateboard ollies in a minute. Staying in the category of sports activities, we have the record for the most skateboard ollies in 1 minute. In 2018, Kostya Andreev set the record by completing 103 ollies in 1 minute. That's almost 2 ollies per second. An ollie is a skateboarding trick where the skater jumps into the air and flips the board over, and it's not easy to do even once. But Kostya managed to complete 103 of them in just 60 seconds. That's incredible considering how hard it is to just do one ollie. Skateboarding requires a lot of balance, coordination, and strength, and to be able to do 103 ollies in just a minute is a testament to Kostya's skills and dedication to the sport. Only skateboarders can imagine how much practice and training he must have put in behind this skill. Number 4. Long distance unicycling. At number 4, we have the record for the longest distance unicycling. In 2012, Sammy Cools set the record by unicycling a distance of 1,227 kilometers or 763 miles in 21 days. Can you even imagine the sore butt he must have had after that? Unicycling is already a difficult activity that requires lots of balance and coordination, but to unicycle such a long distance is truly impressive. Number 3. Longest lasting hiccups. The record for the longest lasting case of hiccups belongs to Charles Osborne, who had hiccups continuously for 68 years. Hiccups are a temporary condition that only lasts a few minutes to a few hours at most. However, in rare cases, some people may experience chronic hiccups that last for an extended period of time. Charlie Osborne's hiccups began in 1922 when he was just a young man. Despite numerous attempts by doctors to cure his hiccups, they persisted over 6 decades. His hiccups were so severe that they even affected his ability to eat and speak, and he had to be fed through a straw. Despite the challenges he faced, Charlie remained positive and continued to live his life to the fullest. He holds the world record to this day. Number 2. Longest time juggling. In the number 2 spot, we have the record for the longest time spent juggling 3 objects, not 2. In 2013, Alex Barron set the record by juggling for a staggering 26 hours and 2 minutes. How did he even have the energy to do that? Juggling is already a challenging activity that requires a lot of hand-eye coordination and practice, but to juggle for 26 hours is a whole other level. It's hard to even imagine how Alex was able to keep his focus and energy up for that long. This is definitely a record that requires a lot of dedication and determination. Number 1. Longest time underwater in a single breath. And finally, sitting in the number 1 spot, we've got the record for the longest time spent underwater on just one breath. In 2018, Stig Severinsen, a professional freediver and scientist, set the world record by remaining submerged for an unbelievable 22 minutes and 22 seconds. This is over 20 times the average person's limit and is truly mind-boggling. How is it even possible for a human being to hold their breath for that long? Well, it turns out that Stig is no ordinary person. He's a trained professional who has spent years honing his skills and techniques in the art of freediving. Freediving is a sport that involves diving to great depths without the use of breathing equipment, and it requires a lot of mental and physical control. Stig has mastered the ability to show his heart rate and control his body's oxygen levels, which allows him to stay underwater for much longer than the average person. So did any of these take your breath away? Let us know in the comments and tell us what other records impressed you.